especially in fifth unit as per the syllabus in C++. Till now we covered, especially in this unit, constructors, types of constructors and destructors, the uses of destructors. Now I am going to cover last topic of this unit, explain about constraints on constructors and destructors. Constraints on constructors and destructors. So what type of constructors? Constraints are there in constructors and destructors. We will see topic by topic. Look at here. Limitations on constructors. The following are the limitations on constructors. So first one, constructor function should be declared within the public section of the class. Private protected constructors are available only to the member functions and friends of the class. So we want to declare a constructor that should be in a public mode, and private and protected you should not create it. That is the one of the constraint. Constructor should be always in public. And second one is, constructor function does not have any return type, not even void. Hence constructor function cannot return any value. Simple. Constructor doesn't have any return type, and even void also you should not contain. It is second constraint. Constructor function may not be static. It means we should be in a dynamic mode, and we cannot fetch the address of the constructor function. So why we cannot fetch the address of the function? Simple, it is not a static. When the address is static, when the constructor function static, then only you can get the address of the constructor. But constructor is a dynamic, that's why you cannot get the address. The next one is, constructor cannot be made virtual. Constructor cannot be made virtual. Constructors may not be static. Constructor may not be virtual. Constructor function cannot be inherited. However, derived class can call the base class constructor. So constructor function cannot be inherited. However, a derived class can call the base class constructor. Here, constructor can call base class to derived class, but inherited concept will not be worked in a constructor. So inherit is not will work in a constructor function concept. So these are our constraints. An object of a class with a constructor cannot be member of a union. Object of the class cannot be a member of union. The constructor, copy constructor, the default constructor are generated by the compiler only if these have not been declared for a class. For example, copy constructor and the default constructor are generated by the compiler. When generated by the compiler, when this constructor, default constructor, not created by the user, and automatically the compiler will return the constructor. What type of constructor? Default constructor as well as the copy constructor. Last one is, name of the constructor must be same as the class name. Name of the constructor must be same as the class name. So if a class name is different, constructor name is different, then it will not work out. Name of the constructor same as the class name. So these all 10 points are given here. These 10 points are constraints on constructors. Constraints on constructor. I want to read out once more for you. Look at here. Constructor function should be declared in a public mode. Constructor function does not have any return type. Constructor function may not be static. We cannot fetch the address of the constructor function. Constructor cannot be made virtual. Constructor may not be static. Constructor function cannot be inherited. an object of a class with a constructor cannot be member of union. Cannot be a member of union. The copy constructor and default constructor are automatically generated by the compiler. Name of the constructor should be same as the class name. Name of the constructor should be same as the class name. These all are the constraints on the constructor. That we will see constraint on destructors. The following limitations imposed on destructor functions. Destructor functions. First one, destructor neither take any argument nor do the return type value. Now listen, in destructor doesn't have any return type. First one. Second thing, the destructor doesn't have any parameter or any return type. Destructor cannot be inherited. Destructor or constructor cannot be inherited, and it is not possible to refer the address of the destructor same as the constructor. Constructor and destructor address cannot be referred. And fourth point, destructor may not be static. Constructor also may not be static. Destructor also may not be static. An object of a class with a destructor cannot be member of a union, same as the constructor. Constructor and destructor cannot be a member of a union. Object of a member cannot be a union. And a destructor function must have public access in the class declaration, same as constructor. Constructor and destructor, they should have public mode in a class declaration. Second one is, destructor name must be similar to the class name, protected by the tilde symbol. So I want to read out once more for you. Destructor neither take any argument nor do they return any value, not even void. Destructor cannot be inherited. It is not possible to refer to the address of the destructor. Destructor may not be the static. Destructor of a class, the destructor cannot be a member of union. Destructor function must have public access in the class declaration. Destructor name must be similar to the of the class, preceded by the tilde symbol. These are the constraints on constructors as well as destructors. Constructors as well as destructors.